You're live, so they told me, though I'm still feeling dead. This is the Aaron Zero podcast. And what do we have here? We have a little bit of news and a little bit of views. And we hope we will not leave you confused in this daily cuckoo. So, because we're cuckoo already. So, what does the paper say? Extradition of ex-raw agent may take years. Now, there was a raw agent once upon a time who was accused of assassinating a terrorist living in the USA and Canada, whose name is Panoon, who has the Khalistani flag behind his desk. He's a Sikh separatist, and so this Indian agent is accused of trying to bump him off. Unfortunately, he didn't succeed, and so the U.S. is trying to extradite him or extradition, and it may be slowed down by legal tangles because this guy apparently kidnapped somebody and robbed somebody, which I think personally would be highly unlikely for a high government official. But anyway, that's the case. So it's going to take years before the US could get their hands on him. And in any case, the Indian government has many times requested the US government about handing over some terrorists which they have there who hold American passports and stuff. And the answer has been a big fat no. So that is how it goes. And there's going to be health benefits for senior citizens and relief for medical assistance, cover up to 5 lakhs of rupees for Indian citizens who are age 70 and over. So let's see how that works out. And then there may be more relief in common items. Lower levies on some farm goods. Then, of course, the most interesting story is about this city called Nagpur, which is in the state of Maharashtra. Nagpur, as I remember, was the Florida of India, growing and was famous only for oranges. I don't know if they still grow oranges there. But now, all of a sudden, so many years later, it's more famous for making bombs and rockets and stuff like that. And it has really taken off. And they've recently done 100, $200 million of business with countries like Bulgaria, Japan, Germany, Poland, all these places. So that's something quite weird for me as an Indian, that these people are flying in from all these countries to buy bombs and rockets and weapons of mass destruction, or I like to call them weapons of mass stupidity. And so they have made 900 crores dispatched in 3 months, another 3,000 crores, which would be $400 or $500 million. And as it says here, buyers from Poland, Bulgaria, South Africa, Germany, and they have a huge demand of bomb making materials like HTX, RDX, TNT, etc. So that is quite a shaking story, breaking story. And so representative of Global Arms Corporation shop on a 30 kilometer stretch there in the city of Nagpur, looking for bombs and stuff like that. Uh, Presently, India is dealing with a lot of bomb scares, bomb hoaxes by young people, or maybe not so young people, who are using the internet and maybe the dark web or something like that to call in bomb hoaxes. And they have delayed many flights and are causing a lot of financial hardship, I could say, to the airlines because aircraft then has to land or has to be diverted to a different area or different city instead of going to the routed destination. So the government is looking into this, and hopefully they will find an answer. And these cats or guys or dolls may taste some time in jail, some do some jail time, some hard time. And Israel says that a drone targeted the prime minister's house in as Hezbollah fired a number of projectiles into the country from Lebanon. And as I understand it, a drone flew 70 kilometers from Lebanon undetected into the Israeli skies. And I think it actually hit Mr. Bibi's house, but some of them were shot down and some of them made their mark otherwise. And of course, Mr. Bibi says it is a grave mistake to try and assassinate me and my wife. That's what he says, word from the man. And then the Russian President Putin, Mr. Vladimir Putin, the guy who's been doing the war, the unnecessary war on Ukraine, he says that the BRICS must explore SWIFT-like cross-border payment system immune to Western sanctions. So what he wants really is to get all these grouping of countries, Brazil, India, Russia, China, and all, to form their own currency payment system and trade amongst themselves without using the US dollar. And so he could profit and be very happy and be immune to Western sanctions. And so he says they should use national digital currencies in financing investment projects to end US dollar dominance. Of course, that is a good idea in a way also because there are a lot of poor countries who have been dominated by US dollar and are looking to end US dollar domination and not be in debt, in deep debt. So I don't know how that's going to play out. And what else do we have here? Let's quickly check the well, it says drone strikes in Gaza kill over 50 people. Oh, strikes in Gaza kill over 50 people. So Israelis are still doing strikes on Gaza in spite of being told not to do that by the Europeans and United States. And so I don't know when they will have peace in that area. It says here, peace, elusive olives ready for harvest. A Palestinian family picks olives from their trees in the village of Bret Ava, west of Hebron. Olives are central to Palestinian life and culture, but also have been the site of perennial clashes between farmers and encroaching Israeli settlers for decades, with disputes on access to land. And of course, that's an old story. Israelis have been stealing their land for ages, ages. And according to Russia, they've captured another Ukraine village and village of Zori in eastern Ukraine, establishing its troops to approach the industrial hub of Kurakove. Kurakove lies west of Donetsk city, is already under Russian control, has been liberated, and so that's what they're doing. And France backs Ukraine plan to end Russian invasion. I don't know how they can end it. Then the U.S. government is offering 10 million for information leading to the identification or location of Russian military media outlet Rybar and its employees. Uh, Rybar, which has 1.3 million subscribers on its Telegram channel, probably is giving misinformation. That's what I would think. Misinformation on the. There was a grenade attack on the Chinese consulate in Myanmar. So I guess the Chinese are getting very popular in Myanmar because I think the Chinese were supporting the military government. In Japan, the ruling party headquarters was attacked by several firebombs in the headquarters of Japan's ruling party, and then he crashed his car into the fencing of the PM's residence. As Astoni Osada was arrested on the spot of obstructing the performance of official duties. So that's Japan for you. And then what do we have here? History meets AI. China attacked India on this day in 1962, trying to enter via Arunachal Pradesh, which is a state in the northeast of India, triggering a major war, 1962. So, to counter China, India is eyeing a critical minerals pact with the US to jointly tap other third countries for critical supply chain materials and to uh, have control over the mining, processing, and final use as they seek to catch up with China that controls most of the mines and production facilities. So, India, along with USA, Australia, and Japan, are looking for a partnership agreement and to get non-American American companies advantage, including duty benefits. So they're trying to have an alternative channel to China, and they also want India wants co-development in digital technology, pharma, telecom, and defense, along with technology transfer. So that is the Indian story right there. Leopard count is growing in India, in central and west India, and current edition is 1,022 leopards, with the highest being in the state of Madhya Pradesh at 486, and the lowest being in West Bengal at 150. And then what else do we have here? And this gentleman, Dr. Swaminathan, says assassinations kill individuals, but not an idea. I think he's referring to the assassination of Mr. Yahya Sinwar, the Hamas leader, and I think he's correct. We don't be creating more Hamas, but he's also talking about lessons for India and wants us to not do the same thing with the Khalistani people. So And Darren Acemoglu, winner of Nobel Prize in economics, says that we must be very careful about artificial intelligence because it could be pretty dangerous, and that India can benefit from it. And we are coming to the end, folks. What do we have here? Start setting Indian wedding fashion with star clothing people, trendy clothes in the city of Delhi. What can we do? Delhi belly, air quality is not good. Acupuncture can find the root cause of disease for enhanced treatment. Sebastian Stan says he auditioned for Star Trek in Green Lantern, and hopefully he's lucky. And the Indian art of mehendi, which is tattooing on the hands and stuff, is in full rage now for the festival season. An Indian actor called Govinda is recovering from an accidental shooting. And what else do we have here? Nothing else really to say except have a good day, rock on, and listen to the Aaron Zero podcast. Thank you for listening to the Aaron Zero podcast.